Tell me, what were your original thoughts then when you had the chance of going to Hartlepool? What was your visions of it?
I knew it was a small team in the North East. I had never been to Hartlepool. The only day I came to Hartlepool was the day the deal was done, you know, with the press and TV. So I'd only met the chairman in Newcastle and with I.O.R. and a few times there. So no, it was a buzzing place. I think people, if they see you working hard, if the team working hard, they'll appreciate it. I don't think they take fools, you know, they won't do that. They're not that kind of people. Nothing but total respect for them. You know, they've always been nice and obviously were nice to me at the time I was there.
You had a great passion, or you got a great passion, and they had a great passion for you. That was the thing that made it happen, really.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way I was as a footballer and I was as a coach. I always have tried to be that way as a coach, and I think if they see that reaction at the sideline, it's not an act, it's just the way it was. It was frustration at times when things weren't going well, but delight when they were, you know, and there was a lot of memorable games, and I mean, they won the biggest, you know, going to Sunderland with 10,000 Hartlepool fans. That was amazing, you know, and everywhere we went, the travelling support, you know, was fully behind the team. I've seen that, and a great bunch of boys to work with.
And it all kicked off brilliantly. Remember the first game at Peterborough in the Players and Hot Sun? It was one of the hottest days I remember for an awful long time, and that was just a fantastic game, wasn't it, down at London Road?
The way the goals turned round, we were behind, and that was possibly one of the hottest days I think I've ever been involved. My shirt was sticking to my back, and it was a great turnaround, and I think that day seemed to be a catalyst to the way the season went, you know, because that was a fantastic turnaround away from home. And I think everyone that was down there on the day was supporting, and they were fantastic after the game, you know, with the boys just before we left. But no, a really good bunch of lads.
Friday nights were another great thing. I've started to jump across you there, but Friday nights were another wonderful thing. I particularly remember the Grimsby game, which was awesome. Do you remember that?
Of course, do I remember it. I couldn't even stay afterwards because I had to drive back to Scotland to see my kids, you know.
Yes.
Right after it, and that was just amazing nights, you know. Sometimes they don't happen. They happen a lot, but when they do, everything just kicks into place. And the atmosphere, the goals that were flying in. But that night was just, the place was buzzing. But when Victoria Park's buzzing, it's you know, it's a great atmosphere and very passionate folk.
So, what would be your best memory of your time? Sunderland, you say, would be top of it. Were there any other things that would really?
Sunderland, that Peterborough game, the first game, that was a massive game for us and everyone involved at the club.
And it was psychologically a great move for you as well and the players, because it got the season off to a brilliant start, didn't it?
Yeah, very much so, and you know, we seemed to kick on from there. You're talking about the Grimsby game. Sunderland was a massive, you know, to go there, and I think it was the biggest away support. I know they're right next to them, but it was the biggest away support they'd had. Was it 10,000?
Yeah, it was 10,000. Just remember it so well. I can just visualise it now.
Just to lose out the goal, you know, it was Bristol City. I think to get to the playoffs was massive.
Your frustration the night when you thought something should have happened on the pitch, and your frustration with the referee at Victoria Park that Saturday tea time, you were very happy, best pleased with him.
Someone sent me it on YouTube or something. It said it was on YouTube, kicking the bag or something. No, it's frustration, you know. Some
great memories. I mean, we can rattle on about games in your 2-year period or 2-season period there, which were awesome. Also, some great players as well. You brought the club. You brought an unknown goalkeeper who became a legend within the club over the period of time he was there. And I'm talking about Dimmy. Tell us a bit about him.
Big Dimmy was a fantastic boy. And of course, great presence, lovely lad, great attitude to training, very good keeper, along with Jim Provitt. But you know, it's good to have two really strong keepers. I think the players, Joel Porter came in, fantastic, you know. And one of the most sort of cult heroes was our old friend Shuggy Robertson, you know, who scored some fantastic goals, you know. I can remember one night he took a free kick from about 30 yards and whacked it in the top corner, and Hugh the Hammer, the Hartlepool fans called him, wasn't it? The referee disallowed it, so he took another one and put it in the opposite corner.
It's brilliant, yeah.
It was just the way he struck the ball, you know.
Brilliant.
Richie, you know, his great testimonial year and fantastic player. Everyone, big Nelson at the back.
I think the thing which we'll always remember as you at that period of time at the football club, of the time you were there, was you really did get the best out of that bunch.
Yeah, I mean, they were great. Boydie, I know he went away down to Boston to play, and because things weren't possibly right for him at the time, and put on a bit of weight, and then I had a good chat with him, and he came back, and when he came back, he was a revelation, you know. I mean, he was fantastic, and you know, I was down at the game a few weeks ago, and as a guest, and still has the touches, you know. But he came back to the club after his loan period. maybe with a point to prove, but you didn't have to do it, you know.
Tell us what you miss about the North East then. Now you're back in Aberdeen at the moment, just getting yourself a little bit of a break and recharging the batteries. What do you miss about the North East?
I just miss the passion and desire and welcoming the world with myself, you know, and made a lot of good friends down there. Life goes on, things change and that, and you just have to battle on. But thoroughly, you know, and when I come back at all, I haven't been back for a few years, you know, and it was just so nice seeing faces again. And you know, when I said hi to folk, people just laughed, you know, because I did have you know, I had a good laugh at training with the boys, and you can do that when things are going well. It's just a bit awkward. You can't really do it, obviously, when things aren't, but the big thing that was there was a good spirit amongst the boys, and the attitude training was always a high tempo, and you know, you could see that. I felt they enjoyed it, and they took that into matches on most of the occasions. Okay, you never won everything, but you know, I think everyone said that season would be favourites to get relegated, you know. We were actually, the season the summer I got the job, we were favourites to be at the bottom, and when that was put in the papers and said to people, straight away you can use that, Paul, you know, you can use that to
turn around,
get a reaction from the players.
Yeah.
And you know, it was often said, you know, people think we shouldn't be here and that, and as a team, but you know, you've proved it wrong. You're a strong side and becoming a winning side, you know, and it's good having a good team, but it's good to have a winning team.